Each day, new information is released on the Epstein files. But did you ever think that it would involve Call of Duty?
The Epstein files are. Oh, let me start over real quick. I can't say that word at the start of a video because this will be a standalone. The Epstein videos are in. The Epstein
Are
files
freaking insane.
are insane. Okay, they are nuts, and every day it's just drip after drip after drip of more insanity. Knowing that our world is broken and it's run by sleazeballs, and one of those sleazeballs apparently is Bobby Kotick. Do you know that name? Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, is in the Epstein files. And in it, once again, this is the company behind Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. Yes, former CEO. Yes, at the time he was the CEO. Candy Crush, Diablo, and Overwatch. In 2013 emails asked, how do we teach kids to spend money for the rest of their lives as early as possible? The answer, microtransactions in Call of Duty, sex rewards, guns, and virtual items. Because, quote, education through games is for losers. We need to hook them on constant paying. Apparently his name appears over 300 times in the Epstein files. This is not a conspiracy theory. These are their own words. And look around. That's exactly what kids gaming looks like today. Right here. I'm all for indoctrinating kids into an economy. You got to love how his example for real world rewards is virtual items in games right here. You see this right here. Back and forth. Bobby Kotick. To me, X Prize is a good idea, but key is real world rewards. Learn to read equals cell phone minutes, iPhone credits, virtual items in games here. These are literal email conversations happening between Epstein and Bobby Kotick, the former CEO of Activision Blizzard. Holy crap. Leaflet, any thoughts on this?
Well, I just want to say about the Epstein files that it feels good to actually be right about all of my conspiracy theories over the last 8 years, and I demand an apology from everybody that said that I was crazy.
There will be no apologies, Leaflet.
I know.
At any point. You know, it's funny because I actually went in and I said this on the show a few days ago. Let's say a decade ago, you were like, look, there's this crazy, what is that? Oh, is that? Oh my God. Let's just say a decade ago, right? You were like, look, there's this crazy pedophile ring, and they're all going to be using all this code words to describe little girls and boys. And then and by the way, they're going to be murdering children and dissolving them in acid and stuff. And there's going to be all these people look at you and be like, you're fucking insane.
That
and here
happened
we are.
to me. I said that 10 years ago.
Yes. Yes. Like I said this before on the show. I remember hearing, and I've never been like crazy conspiracy guy, right? But I remember hearing in the early 2000s, listen, they're going to go after your kids and they're going to make the boys girls and the girls boys. And I remember hearing that and being like, what the fuck are you talking about, you fucking weirdo? And then they fast forward and I was like, oh my God, they're going after our kids and they're making the boys girls and the girls boys. And it was such like, oh my God moment, you know? And you hear, like, the thing about this whole thing is it sounds so outlandish and so evil that it seems so far-fetched that there's no way it could ever be reality. But
it was all because Epstein liked Futa. That's why. He liked Futanari.
Here we are. Here we are. And Activision Blizzard, Call of Duty, Candy Crush. They're all there, right there, ready to go. By the way, also from the emails, dear colleagues, this is to Jeffrey Epstein, right? Diversity is core to our mission, and it's the right thing to do for our business. This is why you've heard AG, me, and other company leaders talk about our commitment to continued progress on diversity and inclusion. We're at work with an action plan, and we'll share more details before the end of the month. I just want to point out the people pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion also run a giant fucking pedophile ring. Who's the good guys here? What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
It's all power. They need so think of it this way. Like, let me put it into gamer terms. You know, you have like the big boss, but then you know you have a big raid, right? Like there's like a 40-person raid. And you got the big boss. Well, if you're all hitting the boss, then that's bad for the boss, right? So you need ads. The boss needs ads. They're ads for the boss.
Well, I don't know if we know the final boss. I think everyone thinks Epstein is the final boss when it comes to the Epstein files. But every day we're getting more information. And I don't know if you guys saw this last night regarding the Epstein files, but Lauren Boebert is pissed because apparently several people had access to the unredacted Epstein files. Did y'all see this last night, Phoenix? Did you see any of this?
I didn't know.
Here we go. Boebert, I don't think everyone there that was talking about underage girls as being trafficked are victims. Boebert is saying people discussing child trafficking are being protected behind the redactions. So here we go. 3 weeks ago, she said, "I don't give a rip about Epstein." Now she's back and she's angry. This was her immediately after she saw the files.
Congresswoman, are you among the members who got to see the unredacted files today?
Yes, I saw some of them, not all of them, obviously. And I'll be going back tomorrow to see more.
Any reaction on what you've seen so far?
I think that there's folks who are definitely implicated and co-conspirators. And, I don't think everyone there that was talking about underage girls being trafficked are victims.
Got it. And do you support any clemency for Ghislaine Maxwell? She was saying that
I do not.
Okay.
I think Ghislaine Maxwell should get more time, and she should definitely be in a harsher prison than what she's in. It's absolutely disgusting.
Got it. Thank you, Congresswoman.
She's not the only person who saw this. We saw Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna, a Republican and Democrat. What's that, Phoenix?
Yeah, you were right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They came out and were talking about what they saw here. And they were the two to kind of push for this. This is their immediate reaction.
To keep you guys out here that long. Well, that was an interesting experience. The user interface is a little clunky at first, but what I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files. So that's the first thing that I saw. It took some digging to find them. Then I'll let you talk about what you saw.
Well, and we discussed that. I mean, there are 6 men, some of them with their photographs that have been redacted, and there's no explanation why those people were redacted. And Thomas discovered it through his MIT logic and some of the searches.
So they've seen some of the people that were redacted that didn't need to be, and this morning they released the names of some of those people. This was the original redacted. This is the new one right here, and apparently, nope.
Just an FYI, a seething tweeter, Minted, is currently getting his comeuppance on Twitter/X. Keir winning against tweeters again. Also, 10 more for Leaf.
All right, that's from Gnome John. He said that Vinted guy is getting his comeuppance on X. We'll need to check into that and see what's going on there. But you can see this is, they provided the previous list and the unredacted list here. Apparently number 5 is redacted because it's a victim, and number 13 are victims. So they redacted the names here. But one of the people that was alleged in this was apparently the like a sultan. Like a super mega, he's like the sultan over in the UAE or something, or I don't know the whole deals about it, but these are like powerful people that he's one of the guys who sent was all into the torture video that we heard about like last week. So this is like totally messed up. And like I said, the more information we get about this, the worse it gets. It's horrible. We did get one little bit of information late last night, and everyone was talking about it like Trump's name has been listed in the Epstein files like 1,000 times. What do you guys make of that?
It's consistent and simple. If he did it, he should get in trouble for it. And see, this is like kind of the difference, I think, between
Yeah.
like like us and a lot of these hardcore leftists. I don't care who it is. If they're in there, they actually did it, and we can prove that beyond the reasonable doubt by by law, then yeah, they should get in trouble for it. I don't really care. Fuck them,
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. If there's proof that somebody did something, vroom, vroom, wood chipper.
Yep.
But I mean, from my understanding, this is all like from 2024, 2025. It's a lot of from my understanding, just mentioning things like, like there's going to be conversations of a celebrity just because they're a celebrity, and they're going to be, it's one of these maybe bad people just saying Brad Pitt as an example, as a random example. It has nothing to do with Brad Pitt, but he would appear in the documents, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because anybody who was anybody would have been in a room with Epstein because he was in high society. So any of those like celebrity type people, politician type people, at some point would be in a room with him or would have possibly met Epstein. So that doesn't automatically mean that they're implicated in it. But if they are implicated, then obviously the law should be applied evenly.
Yeah. Now, this is newly unsealed court documents reviewed by the Miami Herald show that Donald Trump called Palm Beach police about Jeffrey Epstein in 2006.
This is true.
Did you see this, Phoenix?
I did not, but that's consistent with kind of what I've always heard about Trump and Epstein.
There's a whole documentary about it. So this isn't actually Epstein's first time getting in trouble. He already got in trouble for like getting special massages from kids, and then basically having them recruit their friends for him to give special massages for him and his clients. This was already something that happened, and he already got in trouble for this, and Trump was a part of that, of busting him basically.
Trump said Maxwell was Epstein's operative, quote, "She is evil," and to focus on her. Trump told this person that he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Trump, quote, "got the hell out of there." Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein. No one could explain how Epstein made his money. They knew he worked for Bear Stearns. This person was told that Epstein was kind of a technical guy that would make it happen, but you didn't want to know how. None of the victims that that's the Palm Beach Police Department spoke with said they had sexual contact with men other than Epstein while in Epstein's orbit. This person had one time went out screaming. Prince Andrew was a fixture in Palm Beach and had no protection while there. So, yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know if there's, his name is in there so much. And I think that you're right, Leaflet. When it comes to bad people should have bad things happen to them, and if they truly, it's something like that. If somebody is a kid diddler, I don't care if you're left, right. I think this is a good versus evil thing, personally. I could care less how you identify politically. It looks in this case that Trump saw the evil in this man, and he went out of his way. Now, I don't know the whole timeline, or I don't have the whole context. I was not there, so I do not know. But it is good to see that he at least called out the evil when it comes to this stuff. So
he did. He was working with them, he was working with the police to get Epstein in trouble. So there are a lot of points that do show that Trump actually was trying to help them out. So does that mean that he didn't do anything? I don't know. But him being in the files doesn't necessarily mean that he was doing the bad stuff, basically. That's what people will try to make a connection. Well, he was in the files this amount of time, so that means that he was bad. But that doesn't prove anything.
Apparently, Ro Khanna just went in front of everybody and kind of went in and named those names publicly. Says, "I share details of what we learned to hold the Epstein class accountable." Do you guys want to take a quick glance at what he had to say?
Sure.
Okay. We'll watch this in a time and a half. Blabs, we'll get you a sandwich, okay?
I didn't
Mr.
say
Speaker.
anything.
I know you're hungry though. I can tell. Here we go. Let's go.
Mr. Speaker, Yesterday, Congressman Massey and I went to the Department of Justice to read the unredacted Epstein files. We spent about 2 hours there, and we learned that 70 to 80% of the files are still redacted. In fact, there were 6 wealthy, powerful men that the DOJ hid for no apparent reason. When Congressman Massey and I pointed this out to the Department of Justice, they acknowledged their mistake, and now they have revealed the identity
Speaker,
of these 6 powerful men. These men are Salvatore Navora, Zorab Mikaladze, Leopig Leonor, Nicola Caputa, Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, CEO of Dubai Ports World, and billionaire businessman Leslie Wexner, who was labeled as a co-conspirator by the FBI. Now, my question is, why did it take Thomas Massey and me going to the Justice Department to get these 6 men's identities to become public? And if we found 6 men that they were hiding in 2 hours, imagine how many men they are covering up for in those 3 million files. But the story gets worse. The reality is that Donald Trump's FBI scrubbed these files in March, long before Thomas Massey and I passed the Epstein Transparency Act.
Thank you, Mr.
Now, my bill is clear. The Epstein Transparency Act requires them to unredact those FBI files. And yet the Justice Department said to me and to Congressman Massey, we just uploaded whatever the FBI sent us. And guess what? The FBI sent scrubbed files. That means the survivor's statement to the FBI, naming rich and powerful men who went to Epstein's island, who went to his ranch, who went to his home and raped and abused underage girls or saw underage girls being paraded, they're all hidden. They're all redacted. It's a little bit of a farce.
What do you guys think of that? The idea that them redacting some of that information and getting not having the names in that.
I think I mean, I don't know the reason why they would do that. I mean, I think yeah, it's kind of difficult because like it has like victim private information or something like that. But if it actually is like perpetrator stuff and like actually just part of the story, I think that shouldn't be redacted.
Phoenix?
I think the uncomfortable truth out of all this is that there's politics involved, right? So if, let's say, I'm going to throw some shade at Trump, it could be, I'm guessing, right? It could be that there are deals and things that he's trying to make. There's beneficial things he's trying to do for this country that may or may not involve some people and some countries that may or may not appear on this list. And so it's kind of that political thing of like, what do? We need to help our economy and do this. And if I just keep my mouth shut on this for right now, does that get me that, so I'm not saying good or bad. I mean, obviously it's bad, but there could be politics also involved. And that obviously would be bad on Trump's part. But if you're looking for a reason why, it could be that.
Like a thing could be like along those lines. If we don't rat you out, would you expose to us like other people? Would you give us more information if we don't like rat you out? Like things like that. Like, would that be moral? I mean, it's kind of, it's difficult to say because, you're trading, allowing one person to get away with it to like snatch up maybe 20 more people, right? So it's a difficult calculation, I think.
This whole thing is just so gross. It's such a mess. And as you like, my entire timeline is all built around like this Epstein stuff right now. It's gross just to see. You see this as well. Epstein owned, like, new release documents show Epstein owned girls' clothing store Justice. You ever shop there, Blabs? This store is for like 12-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. Then you have this guy, the billionaire Les Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret, is now unredacted and listed as a co-conspirator. Fuck that, man. And you got these weirdo, these crazy ass ladies. Sarah, I don't even know who Sarah Kellen is, but she was redacted. Guess what? The internet found her. Guess where this comes from? That's right, the fucking Hamptons. These are all rich, hoity-toity people, man. This is fucked up. Like, I don't believe anything anymore. Like, I don't believe any of the narrative. It's just, look, Jake Shields over on X is right. I would like to apologize to all the conspiracy theorists. You were trying to wake us up and we thought you were crazy. I can't like that enough. Yes.
Accept the apology.
Fucking unreal.
I was telling my dad about this stuff like so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. We're growing. We're growing. Grow with us. Hit that subscribe button. Don't make it weird. Not like that. That's weird.